You ready?
I
Yeah,
guess.
welcome to Apartment Theater.
Oh, to apartment theater.
Welcome to Apartment Theater.
We switched to YouTube, kind
Yeah,
of.
this
We're
is
gonna
our
stream
YouTube debut.
re-debut.
Re-debut, yeah.
Yeah,
We were gonna stream, and then YouTube's like, you could do this in 23 hours.
we're not
Mm-hmm.
doing that, so we'll
So,
just upload the episode and be done with it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a shit ton of episodes that are on Spotify. We could upload the rest of them too, but it's whatever at this point. That's a lot of episodes to go through. We'll just start fresh, I guess. We're like a phoenix. We're reborn. So,
No.
yeah, welcome.
I guess
Welcome
so.
to the channel.
If you're watching, you could see my cat on the back of my chair.
Kind of.
Kind of.
You can
Kind
see
of.
my amassed plush collection. Look, my stuff.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Cool. So
Yeah. Anyways, this
this
movie.
since this is a kind of like a reintroduction on a different platform here. We're a horror movie podcast. We talk about horror movies. We pick a theme every month. This theme is it's essentially Southeast Asia horror, but yeah, we last week we did a Korean. Well, Danny and I watched a Korean horror movie, and then this week
Cass watched the wrong movie.
Cass watched the
Yeah,
wrong movie.
I watched the wrong
A
movie.
first.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We're with it right now.
we're with it. So yeah, we watched The
got it
Wailing.
together.
Danny and I recommended it. This week, we watched a movie called The Sadness. This whole month is going to be a lot of the blank, because next week's The Medium.
Blank.
So
So part of the reason we did this is because I have a coworker who recommended me a bunch of like Asian horror movies, and we decided to do Asian Horror Month. That coworker was part of a mass layoff.
great.
Oh no.
And so now, like, I literally have not seen her since. Like,
You still see her
the day
here
that she recommended
your
me
heart.
movies, I have not seen her since.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, I just realized that like 2 days ago, and I was like, I don't even know if I have a way of getting a hold of her either to be like, hey, we're watching the movies you recommended. Like,
Be on the podcast. We have this giant open space for you.
yeah.
Why not?
It just kind of, it's a bummer, but
I think we also dabbled with the idea of like trying to touch other countries with the foreign horror movies.
Yeah.
And she kind of set the
set the bar for it. Yeah.
We're gonna hop
that's
around.
That's unfortunate about her. I hope she finds a job.
I think she will. She's a smart, tough cookie, so I think she'll be okay, but it still sucks.
Let's talk about the sadness, because
so the sadness is the thing that I've experienced my entire life, but the sadness is also a movie from Taiwan, and it's by director Robert Jabbaz. I don't know how to say his last name, and I'm sorry. And the description for it is: a young couple is pushed to the limits of sanity as they attempt to be reunited amid the chaos of a pandemic outbreak. The streets erupt into violence and depravity as those infected are driven to enact in the most cruel and ghastly things imaginable. That's a pretty good summary of what this...
Yeah. I just wanted to say, I started to eat, and then I stopped.
No.
Yeah.
The practical effects in this movie
get really gross.
Fucking beautiful and disgusting. Like, they are very intense practical effects.
Yeah, we
I
had
mean, some of them are a little comedic, in the sense of like on the train when the guy gets hit, jabbed in the jugular vein.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
fountain, and it's just like it doesn't work like
Mhm.
that, but you still
yeah, I
get
was
the
about to
premise.
say, what the fuck did you hit to just squirt like that? That's not. That's don't. That sounded
So
better in my head.
this this movie
Wow.
teeters on not a zombie apocalypse kind of thing. It's a virus affecting people. I mean, people are
It,
eating each other.
yeah, I think it's like a variant of what did they call it? Was it rabies or was it something else?
I
It was
don't
the
think they
Allen
could even.
virus.
I don't think the movie could figure out what it was trying to be.
It
Because
Yeah.
it's like,
literally
why were they eating
briefly at
people? And then at one point, the doctor was like, oh, they just keep getting thirstier and thirstier. And it's like, why are they eating people then?
Oh, it like
I
the
think he
virus
was
makes you think of the like most it like emphasizes your intrusive thoughts basically.
Is everyone's
And
intrusive thoughts eating people?
I don't know,
and
maybe, but it like makes them worse.
the big R word. Um,
Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna
there's some
say
of that in there.
there's a lot. There was also a really
Yeah.
There's a
weird bloody threesome.
Oh, that was a foursome. There were four
That was
people
yeah,
there.
that was an
Oh, there was
orgy.
four.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were having a
was an
blood
yeah.
orgy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
something I'm gonna say here might be a little controversial here. This movie was very edgelord.
It was.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I was like,
Yeah.
I get it. Stop. Please. I get it. Yes, vomit's disgusting. Blood is disgusting. Why are you doing this? You're not really saying anything here.
Yeah.
It's just shock for the sake of shock, which I mean,
Yeah.
we're no
brutal.
stranger to on this.
Mhm.
Like, we have some interesting things that have happened, but
Mhm.
yeah, I just why was there vomit? Someone just vomits in someone's foot, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
I think
And all
they
the
also,
sexual assault, why?
I
Why?
think the virus is supposed like wanted to
It wants to replicate, so it like
contaminate more and more.
Yeah.
So the virus is like, oh, if I get my fluids into his fluids, that was poor words.
This whole
it was right
section has
though.
been
It was,
It
but
was
if I
correct,
get
yeah.
my fluids into his fluids, he'll
Mhm.
beat the shit out of people and do harmful things to women.
Yeah.
I think the boyfriend was literally pointless.
Mhm, yeah.
yeah, because he gets there and he's infected. It's like, cool. Why did you even come?
Yeah.
I think
He
the
had to.
story would have been absolutely fine if, you had that in the beginning, like the couple or whatever, and then nothing, like absolutely nothing with him, and just followed her on her way to like work or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Man, that whole scene on the train was just
Brutal.
ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like that guy was real creepy on the train.
Mhm.
Before he even became a
Oh yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
Creepy as
Super
hell.
incel vibes from that one.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
feel
even
bad for
say a woman's
Molly.
beautiful anymore. It's like, no, you never could. Women hate being told that they're beautiful by strangers.
I feel
Yeah.
bad for Molly.
Yeah.
She got brutalized for no reason. And then gets skull fucked.
Literally.
Yeah, that's when I was
Yeah.
like, all right, this is stupid.
Yeah. I was like,
Why are we doing this?
like,
God, because it seemed like it was
Like at least
it was
you
trying to
didn't
be
see
serious,
it.
but then it was starting to do like almost like Evil Dead shit. And I'm like, you gotta pick a side, because it just seemed like the whole time the movie couldn't figure out what the hell it was trying to do. It's like, oh, these people are rabid. Okay, cool. But they're also zombies, but they're not zombies, but they act like zombies, but they still talk, but they're just really perverted, and they just constantly say they want to chop your tits
Yeah.
off and eat it. And it's like, cool, but why?
Yeah.
This movie is a full throttle though. Like it doesn't have any build up. You have like 10 not even 10 minutes of clarity and then it just throws you into
It
Mm-hmm.
the
just randomly starts
Mhm.
happening, and it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Like
I
I
mean, I
like
feel
the
like that's
idea
kind
of
of how natural
randomly
disasters happen, though. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I
it's
enjoy
like,
the idea it's random, but pre-warning, it's just like okay, and then you watch somebody just
So
get
much,
brutalized.
so much
mm-hmm.
blood,
So
so
much
much
blood.
blood in this movie, which I'm
And then we get
fine
a
with.
random doctor, who
Who needs to learn gun control? Holy fuck, man.
Right?
He just kept like scratching his head with the gun and then pointing it at himself. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
I think he was
stop.
also going insane.
Well, he killed
Yeah.
babies. That's another. When it gets to the hospital, that's where I just
Mm-hmm.
checked out. It's like, no, I'm done. This is stupid.
Yeah.
A hospital that was barely built. There was a lot of it that just wasn't
Mm-hmm.
built.
They probably ran
Yeah.
out of
I think it was
budget.
like,
Like the
probably.
hospital did. Like,
I think that was like part of the plot line was that it wasn't finished yet or something like that. Or they were like
He
a wing of it was under construction.
there's always a
he
wing under construction in a hospital.
Right? Yeah.
he was trying to get a cure, and his solution is kill these babies by injecting them with the virus to see if they can create a antivirus. And then he of course finds our main character, just nails the virus into the side of her neck. She's immune. We good. I kind of like that last scene though, where she's walking up to the helicopter and you don't even see the helicopter; it's just white light.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
then
you
she gets
hear
gunned
it.
down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like, all that was for nothing.
the doctor did say, like, I found a patient. We're going up to the
Yeah.
top floor, so they are aware that there should be a female patient.
Yeah.
She's just not with him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not covered in blood, so that kind of also helps her. Because if it was the scene prior to that where her scene is like drenched in blood,
Yeah.
then she'd probably be like gunned down.
Yeah,
But
probably.
this movie has no chill.
It really doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a way of putting it.
Which I kind of like knew that going in, like it was touted as being a hyper violent movie, and I was like, oh, okay, like
Which
that's
is why you were
interesting.
really confused last week when we were like, oh my god, this movie was just so amazing. And I couldn't,
Yeah.
it was so emotional. And it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? What do you mean it's
Yeah.
a hyper violent,
Just,
bloody mess? It wasn't. I
Mhm.
mean, no, yeah.
no,
God,
bad.
man, you really should. You have to watch The
Yeah.
Wailing now just to be like,
Yeah,
oh,
I will.
Just so you can see where we were.
yeah, because you were
Yeah,
supposed to
if
watch
I
that movie.
if I have time to this weekend, I'll watch it.
Oh my god.
I have so much shit that I am doing. So
Just
Mm.
being an adult is boring,
I
guys.
say honestly, watch the movie. Just don't watch it and want to eat food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the mistake of doing that.
Yeah,
I was
me
like,
too.
cool, they're vomiting.
Same.
Great. Well, I'm just gonna keep going. Whatever.
I had dinner and then I'm thusly like, I can heat this up later.
I hate that there was just nothing to the movie either.
Yeah,
It's
there was
just
no like
Yeah,
substance.
very very basic plot. I mean, and I think that's all this movie was really trying to be. I think they were trying to have some like comedic breaks in there with,
a lot of brutality. Like a
y-
lot of brutality.
yeah.
and
Like,
anime boobs.
yes.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
That guy's
was
phone
funny.
just has huge fucking anime titties on it. Like,
Yeah.
hey, by all means,
Yeah.
you know,
I do think
why not?
like but if we really wanted to like deep dive into this movie, probably could make some sort of argument about like patriarchal society and the hyper violence of it, because a lot of it seemed to focus on the hyper violence of men,
Yes.
Um, in
Especially that is
society,
like
like
an
there
I'm-
were women in there, but there wasn't like a focus on them necessarily. Where there was a focus on this particular like creepy incel dude on the train, like he became our main villain. Um, like yeah, there's all these other like violent things happening in the world, but then you're like being stalked and hunted by this guy who literally says that he wants to chop your tits off and eat them. Like yeah, that's kind of weird.
when
I
they're
mean, you could make an argument for that.
Well,
when
no,
they
that
were
was
running
but
away, and
Jim said he wanted to chop her tits off and eat them. The other dude just said how much he just wanted to fuck her until he killed him. Wait, hold on.
yeah,
Whatever.
the
there
reverse of
so
that.
there
Yeah,
is there's a scene where they're running through the train station,
but yeah.
and it's Molly and Kat, and
Yeah.
I got really nervous, so I've seen a movie recently called Irreversible, and there's a scene where this woman gets ard in the
Mhm.
train station whatever
Mhm.
thing for 10 minutes, and it's
my-
really graphic, and
Mhm.
I was like, please no, no,
PTSD.
don't
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
do this to me. I don't want to go through this again.
I think that was also probably just like a point like I
Yeah.
don't know if all like South like Asian countries are like big with this to the point of where they have separate trains for women because of the
Amount of assault that happens.
yeah, so I don't know if that is like all over like all of Asia. But I feel like it's heavily hinted in this movie that it definitely happens there.
Yeah, I mean it happens everywhere. I will say that like it's more implied in this movie. Like we don't get that 10-minute like horrible scene the way like Justin was describing about the other movie. Like
I
Thank
think
God.
I would shut it off if it did that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I would just be like, I'm done.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
there's the scene like that
Yeah.
in the remake of Last House on the Left that like it definitely goes on entirely too long that like you start like squirming in your seat that you're just like
Yeah.
okay I get it, we're done, like
Please get me off of this ride. I don't want to be on it
which
anymore.
yeah is sort of like a they're forcing you to be as uncomfortable as possible.
Like I get it. I do.
Like
Because there's a lot of
yeah.
people that are like, oh, that kind of stuff shouldn't be in movies. It's like, well, we blow up people's heads, which happened in this movie.
Very flappy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That was just like a straight up. That looked like scanners. Just I was like, wow, that was actually pretty impressive.
They
Yeah.
took out the president.
Yeah,
I believe
Mhm.
that's what he was. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Just his
by
head
putting
just
a
Prime-
grenade in his
erupts.
mouth.
See,
Yeah.
president or prime minister, I don't know what they have.
Yeah.
Well, all the important people died,
Yeah.
and they were just
yeah.
like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to
Basically,
do
like,
now?
Everybody gets infected. There is no escaping it.
They were saying like 15 to 20% of people were being infected, which was like 4.5 million.
Mhm.
And I did not realize their population was like that large.
Oh yeah.
So that was news to me.
Yeah.
But
How big did you think Taiwan was?
4,000 people.
4,000. Dude, it at
Like,
least has 4,000 people. Yeah,
It
that's
at least has 4,000 people in it, right?
I was thinking honestly around the 5 million.
I thought you were gonna say
that's-
5,000.
Yeah, 5,000.
Oh yeah, all
I was
5,000
thinking,
people
like,
of
5
Taiwan.
million. I mean, I drastically undershot populations a lot. I do it with Ireland all the time.
How big is
so.
You know what? Just because I'm curious now.
What is their actual like population count?
Yeah, population of Taiwan, 23 million.
What's the population of America? Probably like in the hundreds.
I
right?
didn't realize that Taiwan was not connected to anything.
Is it an island?
It's off on its own, just like the Philippines.
Oh yeah, that makes sense because I think is it considered a Pacific island or no? I don't know. I'm
Sou-
bad
Well,
with
Southeast
geography.
Asia. That's what.
Yeah,
none of us went to geography
sorry.
class. Sorry.
Yeah, we're learning now. We're
Yay.
trying.
This show helps us understand movies and the world.
We're
Geographical
learning.
locations.
We're learning. But
We're
yeah,
learning.
yeah. For some reason, I thought Taiwan was like connected to China, but no, it's just off on its own.
That old lady was really creepy, though.
At the
Oh
beginning,
my god, yeah.
yeah, that freaked
she
me out a
was.
little bit. It's like, oh, no, I
Yeah, I
don't.
was like, oh.
Like humanoid to the point where it's like you can tell that they were human, and then it kind of gets a little.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no.
Mm.
I remember in It, the remake, there was
Mhm.
like this lady who had like her face like smushed in like really weird and contorted because it was like a painting that scared him as a child. And that actually
Oh,
freaked me
yeah.
out more than the fucking clown. The clown I was like,
Mm.
whatever. But that I was like, what the fuck is that? No one's saying anything about that. That actually freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Some good uncanny valley shit.
Yeah, it's just, well, yeah, like I said, like also like mannequins freak me out. It's that presence of like there's something there, but there's not something there. I don't
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, like being in a retail
Oh,
store full of mannequins. Like, nope, get me out.
Mm-mm.
Markiplier
Yeah.
has that fear. Like the fear of mannequins. Yeah,
That's
it's an
funny.
actual phobia. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But
Mannequinobia.
sure.
Probably not. There's usually the word phobia after it.
Yeah, mannequinophobia.
This movie.
Yeah.
If you have a weak stomach, do not watch it.
If you have a weak stomach, you're probably not watching half the movies we watch.
That's fair.
We've watched
Yeah,
worse.
this is pretty.
It's not
yeah, we've
Martyrs.
It is not Martyrs.
It's not because like it doesn't get like brutal like how Martyrs does, where you're just like, oh my god, it's sucking all happiness out of my body. It just gets to the point where you're like, is it supposed to be like funny? Because it's supposed to be serious, but there's times where you're like, what the fuck is happening? Why is it
Yeah.
shot like this?
Yeah, I do wonder how much of like the translation and like the subtitles and like how much of a language barrier there is for us
Sure.
in terms of like catching things. Because I remember people talking about that with the movie like Parasite, that because it was subtitles, like there were just certain things that didn't come off to Americans because of the way it was subtitled and translated.
Yeah, I mean that's how it's
Which
always gonna be for something like that.
Yeah.
We all have.
I
Like,
mean, there's
different,
there's
terms
cultural
for
things
everything.
that we can miss in America.
Yeah, that's very
Like,
true.
yeah,
the
like-
Midwest
very
to
much
like
so.
the East
Yeah.
Coast or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, because there's like cultural jokes. There's
Mhm.
things where like one thing I know confused me when John said it is he does it for the crack, and I think drugs, but
Well, he's
it
from
just
Ireland,
means-
so that doesn't really
exactly.
that
But
Yeah.
no, my
that
point
doesn't
is-
that's not in America, but okay.
Mhm.
No, that's the point I'm making is like we don't see that as like, oh, he's doing that because it's funny or he's doing that for the laughs. We see
It
that
is.
as somebody's doing that for drugs.
Drugs.
If we hear that sentence.
Do it for the drugs.
So like it's like even in English like
Mhm.
speaking countries, there's still that like
Cultural barrier.
terms that can be
Yeah,
used
there's
differently.
like like documentaries and things and stuff I've
Mhm.
seen where I'm like, I didn't realize like stuff like that was happening in the world,
Mhm.
or like I didn't know what they were talking about for like certain slang. Hell, me walking down the street, someone asked me for a square, and I'm like, what the fuck are you asking for? A square? I'm thinking like the square reader. I'm like, I'm not buying anything from you, and it's a fucking prison term for a cigarette. I had no idea. I was so confused.
I have never heard of that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of
Wow.
So like, yeah, in Wisconsin, and like when other Danny and I were in Chicago, yeah, someone asked me for a square. People were selling squares, and I was like, dude, I should buy a pack of cigarettes just to, because that dude was selling like cigarettes for $4. I'm like, dude, I should just buy a pack of cigarettes and start, fucking $4, guys, let's go. But yeah, no, I didn't. I had no
I
fucking
wouldn't know
idea.
what somebody was fucking
No
talking about
idea what
if
they were
asked
talking
me for a
about.
goddamn square.
I-
I'd
Yeah,
be like,
they also, it was really funny because when the person asked for the square, I was like, I don't smoke, sorry, because yeah, I just don't do that. And when she left, I was like, okay, bye, have a nice day. She was like, I love you. Like,
all right.
and I was like, all right. Well, back in my apartment,
Yo.
I text my friend, and I'm
At
like,
least that wasn't mean.
We're going off on a side tangent here, but anytime anyone has asked me for a cigarette or a light, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, no, I don't smoke, they literally are like, well, fuck you then. And I'm like, okay.
yeah, no.
Like, they
Sorry, I
get
can't help
so
your
mad
reaction.
about it
No,
here.
she was like, it's good that you don't smoke. Never smoke. And I'm like,
Oh.
okay, cool, I won't.
I think the weirdest term
Mhm.
the weirdest term now is square, but prior to that, if somebody asks for a cigarette, I've heard it around here is saying, "Can I have a bogey?"
I've heard that.
Yeah,
Isn't
which
a
I don't even
bogey
know.
a sandwich?
No, it's a hoagie.
Oh,
Oh, I like that. I lived there for 4 fucking years. That's to me.
You want a
Um,
sandwich? Yeah,
I'm like,
here.
I don't.
yeah,
No, I
I've,
can't make you one of those. Sorry.
but I've never heard of a square. Because if I think of a square, I probably am thinking hard drugs, like I don't know.
Like
I
Molly
would
or
think you're like
something.
dropping
Molly.
acid or something. Yeah, like
Yeah.
like one
Yeah,
of those
yeah,
little,
like
like
a
mint
s-
squares.
yeah, like
Yeah.
a square of.
Yeah.
You can tell that none of us fucking do drugs.
Not as yeah, really don't.
Uh,
God, they're so boring.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I'm happy that I don't do drugs because I just don't think that's something I need in my life.
Yeah, I
It
likewise.
doesn't help emotions.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
That's why I've stuck to buying these plushies. Actually, I've won most of
I
them,
love. I'm just gonna point this out. I love it. He gave me shit for having squishmallows. He gets one squishmallow, and now he has a bunch. So
I
Yeah.
just want to just preface here. There's only 3 of them that are.
That are
The rest
that
of them are not.
squishmallows, but the rest are plushies.
Yes, so it's different.
Mm-hmm.
do you want to see my?
It also
favorite
looked like
Squishmallow,
a
though?
Gretzko is just drowning.
It does.
I'm gonna show you my favorite squishmallow. Hold on.
I thought she was gonna play with her boobs. She just scooted
What?
back. You just.
No.
I'm gonna show you my favorite Squishmallows. You scooped back when you said that.
Okay, I can see where that was going.
Yeah, that's what I was. I thought.
Yeah.
See,
Not by the
that,
way,
I guess
before
that's more of a
anybody's like,
cast
"You have
joke.
pants
So
on, eh?"
I love that. I love that Danny is just leaving.
Yeah, she's gone. She's out. I love that we've diverted so much to just talking about squishmallows.
There wasn't much to
now.
this movie.
There really wasn't. It was all blood and guts
Like-
and like being as hyper violent as possible, and that was it.
Yeah, it's just edgelordy.
That was it,
It's a
yeah.
big. No one's gonna see this on Spotify, but if you come
No.
onto the YouTube channel, yeah, there he is. Those things are really comfy, though. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
love
You
it.
get see, because that's the thing. Because other Danny, they have a bunch of squishmallows, and they're on the couch, and I laid on the couch, and I fell asleep
He has a
immediately.
little tail.
Mhm.
Oh,
Is that the one that John got you?
Me and John got a bunch of tickets to win this. He got
Oh,
me
okay.
a shark. He got me a cute little shark because I like sharks.
yeah. The
Oh,
big
okay.
the big teddy bear was 8,000 tickets at round 1, and I thought it would be funny to
so
have because it's so
dumb.
giant.
That's
I was
so
trying to save up
dumb.
for the saxophone, but then I realized it was broken, so I just decided I'm just gonna get that. Spend all that money to get probably a $50. Actually, those things
Yeah.
are. That's probably like $100.
Yeah, squishmallows are expensive.
No, I'm saying the big teddy bear,
Maybe.
whatever he is. He's like part of the Sanrio shit. And like I know there's like a Netflix series too, but
Yeah.
I think he's
Well,
like
that's me.
I want to say he's at least like $100. He's $1 million in my eyes. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him, just us.
So squishmallows are awesome. Yeah.
I don't know what else to talk about. Fuck. I'm sorry that we side tangent on it. It's just like
That's what we
like seriously, that description of the film is It's the entire thing.
Yeah.
There's
what you're
nothing
getting
that
into.
happens. They just run to the hospital and then die. That's
I know they
it.
get their contacts. Those contacts, I have those contacts.
Mm-hmm.
I have them for my Tokyo Ghoul
Yeah.
cosplay. Yeah.
Everything. Every time I think of Tokyo Ghoul, I think of the meme of the crying dude or whatever, and it's like the sad song that plays. You've seen that meme. I don't know what the fucking song is called.
Oh, the screaming song. There.
No. It's like
close
it's anytime something sad happens, somebody plays that. Like somebody drops like a plate of spaghetti on the floor, they
it's
play
the,
that song.
It's the intro to the song, or the intro to the song, the intro to the series. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
intro song.
it's just really funny to hear that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
And yeah,
No,
that's
I
what
agree. I've seen all the memes. I'm
I
on
also don't
TikTok.
like Tokyo Ghoul, so anything that clowns on it is funny to me. So fuck you, Danny.
What did I do?
Exist.
That's fair.
How dare
Yeah.
you?
That's mean.
Okay, so yeah,
Watch it.
I say don't bother because it's
Yeah.
not good.
It's easy to find.
Actually-
if you're bored.
Actually, you know what? I say once again, if you're interested, you're gonna watch it anyway. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you're expecting this to be a serious horror movie, it's gonna leave you really disappointed. If you're expecting an Evil Dead kind of horror movie, it's not that either.
We don't know.
If you
I
like,
don't even think the movie knows what it is.
if you just like gore for the sake of gore, you know who you are.
Yeah.
I guess this is for you. Like, I would say, if you like watching like slasher movies and that's all you watch, you're gonna love this movie.
Yeah. I
Like,
think that's a good comparison.
If you think
yeah.
the A24 films are pretentious and you hate them, you're gonna like this movie. So whatever. That's, you know who you are. I don't care what you like. So yeah, whatever. Watch it. If you have Shudder already, you might as well watch it. It's there. So
This was the one that was a Shudder original, right?
yeah, this I was getting
Yeah.
the Wailing and the Sadness mixed up, but yeah.
But
I'm really disappointed that we didn't have another The movie for the end of the month because
I know.
yeah, we have The Medium next, and then the next one after that is Sweet Home. So
I mean,
if we can
totally
find it, that's the
second, but-
thing. I don't know if we can actually find Sweet Home, so we might have to find a different movie. Maybe.
Well,
I don't
on
know.
That
We'll
note,
see.
on that note, Justin, tell everybody where you can find us.
Here.
Yeah.
On YouTube
All right.
and Spotify. Those are the main things that we're on. Like, we have like Twitter or Facebook and stuff, but we never update it.
Also, Twitter's in the garbage now anyway, so it's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. To date the episode here, Elon is trying to get rid of blocking people.
Yeah, I have tried logging into Twitter like recently, and it is just
Dude, I hate every social
Bad.
media thing I use now. I hate using Reddit. I try using the official Reddit app. It's awful. It's god awful. There's so many
Yeah.
ads. I hate it. I hate using X or Twitter because of Elon just ruining as much as possible. Shit doesn't work half the fucking time.
yeah.
I don't like using Instagram because all the memes suck. I like the cats and the buff girls and the hot goths. That's awesome. But I mean, other than that, it's just like, hey, you saw that one meme and you really liked it. Do you want that same meme again and again and again? No, I don't need Bill Hader dancing in the fucking box meme. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
my god! And if oh my god, I'm just gonna lose my fucking mind. What's the other thing? Snapchat? I don't give a shit about Snapchat.
Patreon? No, we don't have a Snapchat.
No. I'm saying I hate using Snapchat as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we have a Patreon as well. I can't access it. I just can't. Danny said she would reset the password. She never did.
I did?
Yes, because you have.
Alright, well, I'll do that.
That's what I'm talking about. We also haven't
Didn't you
uploaded.
like sign in time? I don't
Oh
know.
my god!
I don't know.
If things don't get uploaded, because this will be the episode. It's this one. This one is the one who uploads everything.
Yeah, I do that.
If I don't tell her, which I
Sometimes.
didn't this week, and no episode went up.
Yo, I've been sick. Leave
Well,
me
I'm
be.
sick of your attitude.
What?
Yeah, fuck you, Danny.
All right, whatever.
We don't
Fine.
actually hate each other.
We don't hate each other.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll find it. Maybe one day.
Maybe one
No.
day.
When we actually have a studio together,
Yeah.
it's just gonna, every episode's gonna end with me fucking jumping at Danny. That
You
actually
still
be,
have to throw away a toilet.
we're not on episode 100.
What episode is this?
We're getting close.
I don't know. Where am I even gonna do that?
I don't know.
We have to all be there, like, together.
We'll figure it out.
What episode was this?
Whatever. Get the
Because
fuck out.
we're getting close. We're like 7 episodes away from 100.
Yeah, we have a lot of episodes. It's just
Mhm.
some of them are missing, and then none of them are on YouTube, so it's fine.
Yeah, Justin, why are some of them missing?
Hey, don't bring
Don't
this
worry
on
about
me.
All right, guys, let's get the fuck out of here. We're good. Get
All
the
right,
fuck out.
get the fuck out.
Goodbye.
Bye. See you next week. Maybe. Bye.
Maybe.